Alright, I figured I'd make you guys a video of some kind here. It's not been very conducive for farming the last couple days I've been off here. 2 good rounds of thunderstorms yesterday. We only got 1.5 inches of rain. Some places got 4. No tornadoes or anything like that too close to here, but a lot of wind. Our power just came back on. It was out though about 3 hours. Probably a rotten popple tree on a line somewhere, but so we're gonna take a little walk around a swamp and see what we can see. The first thing we can see is that the creek is back up pretty high again. At least it didn't make it up in the field, but we'll roll on down here and we'll go for a little walk. Well, here's an area here. We had some tamarack dying in here. Kind of cut it all out. Firewood 3 years ago left a lot of these balsams back here. Drought stressed so bad last year. I got dead balsam everywhere back here. So this is growing some young trees up underneath the tamarack and spruce, but mostly what it is so far that it got a bunch of light is blueberry bushes. A lot of blueberry bushes coming in here nice now. And raspberries back there. A decent raspberry year. And there's a few bugs. I figure we come down here in this wind. It's not too bad down here. Hopefully the audio won't be terrible. But the bugs have been so atrocious. This was a good day to take a walk in a swamp. So depending on where we're making firewood for the winter, this road here, July, August, a lot of times you could drive a tractor back here, but we wait till it's frozen and freeze it down and plow it off with the 40. You can drive a pickup in here and cut your wood up and take it out. We usually skid out to there. That road goes back to the 40 line. So this is kind of an elaborate skid trail that we had in here. We got deer blind there that I don't like sitting waiting for deer to come. It's just not my thing. But we've spent a few hours in that blind. I wouldn't trust it now. It'd probably fall over on you. So this area in here was a whole bunch of bug-killed spruce. That's why we kind of started with this. I don't know, right after I got the 40, 9 years ago. Trail's growing in pretty soon. It's going to be, but all this young stuff in here, tamracs, a lot of tamracs. Once you open this up, you get a ton of tamracs. There's some black spruce in with it. Tamarack will run over the top of that. It grows pretty fast. I mean, it's for this part of the world. Labrador tea. We got lots and lots of Labrador back here. But yeah, this tamarack regen, there's all kinds of that through here. We'll have to come in here and cut firewood. We got dead standing. There's a good spruce. There's a good one behind it. These little ones poke in through these open areas, and you can grab 2, 3, 4 of them at a time. Pull them out for wood. So there's some more dead ones up there. The spruce just keep dying back from these areas. They get budworm. you get an area opened up, and then I don't know if it's just too hot, dries out around them or what, but I said it's a little windy. But yeah, there's all kinds of, we'll be picking back here for a long time. There's a big tamarack that back there that's dead. Ain't coming back. The bugs must have got that. I don't know, the tamarack get budworm too, but I think it's soft flies. The larva eats a cambium layer under the bark. I've seen adult sawflies in some of the firewood sitting in the pile, so there's plenty of stuff to chase here. Like I said, we haven't cut this area for a while. Here's another patch of that spruce right there. Coming back in tamarack regen. Now we'll go along and we'll see what else we find in here. Alright, back here in the primeval swamp where the bugs are awful. Mosquitoes are fierce back here. We got Mossland. Southeast corner of this 80 acres, about 13 acres of it is just, it's black spruce. I mean, not bad as far as black spruce grows, but a lot of 2x4s in here. So you get these tamracs, there's some tamracs mixed in here. There's one right there, healthy yet, turning nice and green, blowing in the wind. Yeah, it's amazing these trees can stand here. I mean, I'm standing on the ground here. The roots are moving probably 3-4 inches up and down, but that's just the way they're just tied into this moss mat. And you get those grubs underneath the sawflies they bore a hole in there, lay their eggs. Bark starts coming off of woodpeckers after the grubs, and pretty soon you got, that last one was dead, this one's dead too. They get looking like that. Bugs gone out of there, cambium layer eaten up, and then when you're done they end up looking like a bare pole like this. This one's been dead since last year. It's been over a whole summer dried here, so this will be the kind of stuff we're dragging with the 40 next winter. Dry firewood, since we're behind on our firewood making. Oiler loves this stuff, so. All right, we're gonna go back at where it's more open and less buggy. We'll bring you back and show you something else. Unfortunately, the lady slippers aren't blooming yet. I got no showy lady slippers to stay flower, but I got the common pink ones or whatever they are. Back on this edge, there's a pretty good swath of them. I always kind of stay out of that area, leave it alone. But they're not blooming yet. It's usually in 10th of June, 15th of June, in that time frame. I don't know any other parts of the state when the lady slippers bloom, but that's about what it is here. All right, we'll bring you back, show you something else. Yeah, we got a bunch of white birch in here back towards the, you start getting north back towards the creek and the fields there. That's about as good as they ever get right there. We've had a few bigger ones in here, but this one's getting pretty ratty. That fork died completely, fell off. But we let them grow till they start looking crummy. They get shaded out and cut them for firewood. I don't know, you probably, there's probably a few in here you could cut some 1-inch birch lumber out of, but not very many of them. Well, this is what happens when I don't make firewood for a 1 year, looking for the Tamracs that are going. The big one over there that's dead. There's a dozen of them right here, and there's over a dozen of them right here. And there's I can see by the bark some of the other ones are on their way out. So we've cut up to right behind Cody there, chasing some dead ones 2 winters ago. But this is a easy skid out to the Great Overland Trail. Like everyone else at a piece of property, we've got names for things. So the Great Overland Trail was didn't exist. There was nothing there. It's a bunch of big field edge Tamracs. They used to pasture in there. Big ones for this part of the world. Funny thing is, biggest growth rings I've ever seen in Tamrac. A lot of those just started growing in the 1980s, believe it or not. 30 inch, 32 inch on a stump. Big wolfy things, grouse ladders. They had branches all the way up, but they had a lot of wood in them. So we pushed the small stuff out around them with the 40, and we got a road that runs from the gravel road on the west side here to the almost to the east line that we can freeze down and haul wood out of. There's a couple more Tamracs right there gone. So we'll be busy in here. I gotta cut 2 years of firewood in 1 winter next year. Keep the boiler going for next winter. And that's not hard with all this dead stuff, and the dozer's running good. It's easy to get. So yeah, here's our we cut 2 years ago at Tamrac stumps, and a lot of this stuff is 14 inch on the bot, a foot. It just, a lot of them get a bell on the bottom. I mean, this swamp ain't exactly good timber country, but they get start rotting out in the middle. Some of this area down here, there was some of these bigger Tamracs left. Somebody 2 owners ago, I would imagine, he cut some pockets out probably where things were dying, kind of like what we're doing. And then you get this white birch, spruce, balsam. Balsam's a fir. Some of you guys from faraway lands, it's a type of fir. So yeah, there's thick areas like that you just let them grow. Grouse nesting habitat. Usually got a few coveys down here every year. They nest in that thick stuff. And raspberries. The whole thing is a carpet of raspberries. So when it dries up and the raspberries are ripe and there's less mosquitoes, I have to make wild raspberry pie. All right, well, we'll make this the end of the video. Someday when he's feeling like telling you guys the whole story, I'll have Cody give you a tour of the whole camp. Get a little rock pad out front. Sawbucks that he threw together for when he was working on the thing. There's a few Tamrac logs in there, but it's mostly black spruce. He started building it when he was 14. Took him a while, 14 and 15, before he got it together. I helped him put the roof on there. Him and a buddy or two of his. A lot of these logs are just cut around here. He's got his storage shed built there. A lot of that spruce that was just not too far away, he cut them the length and pulled them by hand here. All the notches were hand chopped. That's ash lumber on the roof there. We planed one side of it, goes right through, and then made a blue board sandwich at 2x material there. And like I said, I helped them put the roof on. But we'll give you the full tour someday. Front door is white pine. My uncle helped him build that in his shop. But he kind of lives out here in the summer. We got a wood stove outside that just kind of gravity feeds hot air through a duct into the back. You can heat it up wintertime and it's not too bad, but he's got it pretty tightened up to keep the bugs out, chinked real nice, and it's not too terrible for summer sleeping. He says he sleeps much better in here in the summer than he does in the house. House is too hot, he says. So that's where we're gonna leave you. Little different video than farming, but some of you guys wanted to said you enjoyed a little history on the place. So when we don't have much for farming, we'll do that. Probably do a cheese making video one of these days too when I get around to it. But all right, well, if you like the videos, hit that thumbs up button. Got a few subscribers trickling in all the time. Appreciate all of you guys watching. Wouldn't mind growing the channel a little bit. If there's anything that you're interested in seeing, let me know. Thanks for watching.